Hello, good morning, and it is very early. It is 6 a.m. Welcome along to Wake Up to Hobby Maker. Great to have your company this morning. I'm Dave. Lovely Leona is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for setting your alarm.
It was very early alarm, I have to say. I think that's about the earliest I've been up, but yep, I'm here.
Yeah, and I'm glad you are. You've had a busy few days, haven't you?
We have. We've just got back from the NEC, so we haven't even gone home.
Wow.
We just loaded the trailer up and drove straight here. So.
Busy?
It was okay, yeah. It was. Some days were busier than others, but yeah, overall we had a good show.
But people are getting out and
yes, and it's so nice to be able to get out and talk to people and meet them, and they get to see it in person. They can touch and feel it, and yeah, really good.
I went to my first concert in 3 years about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, was it Barry Manilow you went to? Yeah.
I hate to admit it, but what an experience! I'd forgotten how it was to be around people and to just have a good time.
Yeah.
It was just great.
It was funny. My husband and I had gone to London about 2 months ago maybe, and we went to see like Back to the Future musical and things, and just like you say, being in a theatre next to people was just, it was different, but it was so nice. It was just nice
watching
to be out.
Glastonbury last night with like 200,000 people.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, good morning. Great to have your company. We're here, as we always are, every weekday between 6 and 8 with Wake Up with Hobby Maker. If you want to get in touch, you want to say hello, if you're just having your cornflakes or your toast or whatever and a cup of tea this morning, we're the easy way to start your day, the kind of gentle, friendly way to start your day. Email your messages in. The best way to do it is to go to our website, which is hobbymaker.co.uk, and then there's a little box when you click Watch Live. There's a little box that says contact the studio. So you can send a message in, we can put them up on the screen, that'd be lovely, or you can email studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. Either way, it is great to have your company on this Monday morning. Now, Leona, I've known you for years. We've done shows together for many, many years.
Yes.
What's your craft? What do you do in the
Well, we actually started out in the US. In the US. We started over there in 1999. And I just started as a scrapbooker.
Right.
A friend moved over there, met a woman who lived across the road from me, and she said, "Oh, do you do hobbies?" And I said, "Oh, I do cross stitch and stuff." And she was like, "Oh, I do scrapbooking." And I was like, "What's that?" I said, "What's scrapbooking?" So she told me, and I thought, give that a go. So I did. And that evolved from being a hobby into a shop. And then the shop, then I wanted to buy just a machine that I could cut titles and things for scrapbooks. So I spoke to Dad and said, I want to do this. Do you want to have a look at this machine, see what you think? And he was like, I think we can do a bit better than that. So then became my first laser. And I was like, what the heck am I supposed to do with this?
Right.
I have no idea how to do it. I was a nurse and a paramedic from a previous life, so computers were not really my thing. So having to learn how to do a bit of programming and stuff, and I was like, okay. So at that point, Dad did all the designs, and I just kind of told him what I wanted to do.
So the laser cuts out the MDF, yeah?
Yes, it does now, but then we actually cut out paper.
Oh.
And we did like paper pieces. So say you went to visit the Rocky Mountains, we had designed like a whole 10 or 14 different layered pieces of paper to design to make the Rocky Mountains.
Okay.
And the sign that said Rocky Mountains, or, Stone Mountain, or Tennessee, all the different states. So we would do the shape of the state with the title and a few bits and pieces that kind of went along with that state.
Okay.
So from there, we moved back to the UK, and in 2010, and I actually went back to nursing, got recertified as a general nurse and went back to work doing that, and still was just doing a little bit of hobby kind of on the side, and thought, actually, I really miss it. So went back full time. Started out trying to do a bit of both, and that didn't work. I was like, no, it's too busy. So then we moved into more lasers, but obviously in the UK, scrapbooking's not quite as popular as it is.
It's got more popular
in the US.
hasn't
It has now,
Yeah.
but 10, 12 years ago, it was still really, really new.
I've said for years
So-
that one of my major regrets as I've gotten older is that I never kind of journaled what I'd done
Right, yeah.
over all the years.
It is so nice to look back, because I've got albums from when the kids were all little, except my oldest, or my youngest, he's not got anything because I kind of stopped it.
Right.
Because when we moved back here, we were like, right, okay, card making is definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
So we got into the stenciling, obviously, because we had the laser machines. So one laser machine has now grown to 6 laser machines.
Wow.
So yeah, we've got a few that we use just for stencils, and then we've got a few of the big ones that we use for the MDF.
Okay, so Glitzcraft is your company.
It is.
When did the sparkly bits come in?
Well, when we started in 2010 back here, we had the stencils that we were designing, but we couldn't find a paste that we liked that dried quick enough.
Right.
So we actually just played about for about a week, 2 weeks with different glues, different glitters, various other bits and pieces, just trying mixing them all together, and it was just like glitter fest. There was glitter everywhere.
I can imagine.
Until we finally found a formula that we went, that's it,
Right.
that works. And it dries in about 4 minutes if you don't use heat. If you do use heat, it dries in about 30 seconds to a minute. So
Well, the pastes are coming up later on. We have them in stock. By the way, in case you're brand new to hobby making, maybe you're watching us for the very first time, if you go to our website, hobbymaker.co.uk, there's actually brands on there, brand shops, as we call it. So if you want Crafter's Companion, if you want Be Creative, if you want Hunky Dory, if you want Bert and Gert, if you want Glitzcraft, any of our brands, all you got to do is basically click on brands and then go down to, as we've just done, Glitzcraft. And then, as you can see, everything that's available from Leona and her company come up on the screen. So, you know, you're with us once a month?
yeah, usually about once a month.
But, you know, once a month is not very much. So if you want your Glitzcraft fix at any time of the day, any day of the week, just go to our website, see all the brands. You can see Glitzcraft is there, click on it, and it takes you basically to everything that is available from them any time of the day or night. That's great. And that's just nice to know for anybody. So we've got Visible Image, we've got Time for Tea, that's Crafty, the Crafty Kit Company. There's loads and loads of brands on there. Sanntangle, of course, from Sandra, Paper Dynamics with Keith. It's all there for you, literally at the click of a button or the touch of a mouse, 24 hours a day. Decoupage, Queen, Diamond, Dots, they're all there. Now, all the shows today are available on pre-order. Now, what does pre-order mean? Well, basically, again, if you go and watch our website, or go to our website, hobbymaker.co.uk, and then click on Watch Now, there's a pre-order button. Click on that. You can see everything that Leona's got throughout the day and throughout the afternoon. You can also see everything that's coming up from Crafter's Companion later as well. Just to give you a heads up about their shows later, we officially start Christmas on Tuesday, but we are having a few sale shows of Christmas from previous collections from years gone by. So that's going to come up later on at unbelievable prices. That's a bit later with Debbie Robinson. And you're with me this afternoon too.
I am. I'm back, yep, 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, I think.
With different items than what we've
Totally different from what we've got on this morning, yes.
Okay, so lots of new things to see from Glitzcraft a bit later. But what we always do, of course, or mostly do, first thing in the morning, is bring you a little sneak peek, but also bring you an early bird bargain. We're going to do that in just a second. I mean, the saving on this early bird is about 50% off what you'd normally expect to pay. So it's going to be at a great price. And, you know, if you want to get in touch, as I said before, please do just message in studio@hobbymaker.co.uk, or indeed just send us a message via our website. Either way, we'd love to hear from you this morning, on Monday morning. And let's kick off proceedings with our early bird. Now, early bird, what does that mean? It means basically one product that's been selected at a special price only while stocks last or during the show. So whatever you do, if you know that you want to get your hands on this, get in sooner rather than later. Now, this is the price that it should be. $31.99 is what the early bird is worth any day of the week. And you're getting 8 sheets of MDF. And this is what your laser cuts out for us.
Yes, it is. And what we've done is we've kept little tabs on it just so that nothing, well, hopefully everything should stay in the sheet, because it makes it a lot easier for me when I'm packing it to not have to pick up 400 pieces.
Now, you've got here 8 sheets of this. This is, they're all A5, but as you can see, all of these, where you see the brown lines, that's basically the laser doing its cutting. And all these elements just quite simply pop out. I'll just flick through them for you, because this is a real mixed bag.
It is a huge mixed bag.
So that's the first one, so that's Celebration. Next one, we've got a little bit of Under the Sea going on. You've got your octopus, you've got your seahorse there as well. Best fishes. See what we did there. Like that. Yeah, really cool. And all of these can be used as embellishments on cards. They can be used, of course, as home decor. Now, the gnomes are massive at the moment.
Yes. We've got gnomes on this afternoon. Wait till you see the ones this afternoon.
Oh,
They're
cool.
so good.
Excellent. Then, from the gnomes, this is how they pop out, by the way, look. There we are, there's the tree. That's just literally popped out very easily, very simply. We've got them on cards here, which I'll show you in just a second. This one is a general celebration. You've got your champagne glass, wine glass, martini glass. You've got your cherries there, slice, very nice. Your little straws. So that's the first 4 sheets. And then the other 4 sheets we've got here, this one's, again, gnome related. It's got a couple of gnome sheets here. Really cute. And I believe everything that's in your show this afternoon is available to pre-order right now on the website or on the phones. Really cute. Then another festive one for you with the lanterns, the Christmas tree. Merry Christmas. Then again, under the sea, so you've got your dolphins, you've got your ship's wheel, the anchor there as well, the shells. And then finally, you've got your little fairy one, the fairy door. I mean, that can go. I know lots of people that put fairy doors on.
They do, yes. We in my home, the village where our office is based.
Yeah.
The high street has got little fairy doors on some of the shops and things.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So.
They've got to live somewhere, though, haven't they?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So you've got a little fairy there, it's got some stars. There's the actual fairy door down there as well. Really, really sweet. Now, this should be £31.99, but as an early bird, Leona has done a fantastic thing. She's actually given us a half price deal today. Now, if someone's never worked with MDF before,
Yeah.
where do you put MDF? Do you see it as home decor? Do you see it as card making?
You know, it's so versatile that you can do on absolutely anything. Scrapbook pages, it is only 3 mil thick, so it's not massively, massively raised up. But it does mean then that you can put it on virtually anything. You can paint it with just about anything. So you can use markers on it, you can use paints, any kind of acrylic paint, spray paints, poster paints, you can use markers, pencils, absolutely anything that you can use to colour, you can use on the MDF. Spray paint is also really easy to use and it dries super, super quick. So it's one of those really versatile things that you can do on anything. You can do it onto home decor items. So if you've got like say I've got a recipe box, stamp box that sat on the show this morning, you can have like the names and things on it. You can do it for big signs. I mean, it's just so versatile that you can do it on absolutely anything.
And so affordable too. So once you've painted it or coloured it with whatever you choose, you would never ever know that it was MDF. It just is fantastic to work with. Now, just in case you're brand new and you've never shopped with us at Hobbymaker before, just to let you know, the main thing that most of you say that you love about us is the fact that we've just got one P&P. One P&P, $3.95 for the day. So if you order anything from midnight last night to midnight tonight, so in other words, if you buy something in this show and you come back to Leona's shows later between, say, 1 and 6, and you buy something else, you will only pay one postage of £3.95, which everybody absolutely loves. And you can buy as much as you like, order as many things as you like. And also the fact that our phone number is a free phone number rather than it being a premium rate. Our call centre isn't in a foreign country, it's in the UK, it's in this building, in actual fact, family run. So free phone call, family run call centre, any queries, any questions about an order, they're there for you 24/7 and capped postage of £3.95 a day. That's why so many of you are finding us at Hobbymaker, which is so, so good. Let me show you some finished cards here. Your design team, Bethan's done this one, putting the ship's wheel on there. Isn't that lovely? And you've got, of course, a little bit of sparkle on there as well. I actually like the colour of the MDF, just leaving it plain.
I mean, that's it. If you want to leave it plain and leave it the way it is, you can do that. It's completely your choice.
Again, we've got a couple of fish on here, best wishes, and a bit of coral down the bottom as well. It just adds more interest, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives you a bit of dimension to it. You know, you can multi-layer, so you can do layer upon layer upon layer if you want to and make it, you know, really stand out, or just have one thing.
That netting is so
It's
effective.
different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's so versatile, you can do it for anything.
But the laser allows you to be so accurate. I mean, they're wafer thin, those lines of MDF.
They are very thin, yes. So you do have to be a little bit careful sometimes, which is why some of them will pop out really easily and others have just got a little tab in it. So
would you use, a craft knife to release
I
it,
usually just press it. So wherever you can see where the tabs are. So if you start to press it out and it's not coming straight out, you can see where the tabs are. Just press right on those tabs and it should pop out.
Cool. Now this is what we were talking about earlier on, about having journals, memory books, scrapbooking, anything like that. Now, if you're into making these yourself, I mean, the MDF is brilliant. We've got Precious Time on the front just there, which is lovely and dimensional. But then open this up and you've got little flaps and pockets that you can put messages in and photographs in. There's nothing in these, but I mean, obviously you can decorate them and include in, your family moments, your family special time. And I think more of us are having more special time, lately, aren't we?
Absolutely. I think everybody, during the pandemic, I think everybody realised the importance of actually and enjoyed the time that we did get with family, because I think we were all so busy beforehand that you just didn't get that.
No.
So it was nice to actually spend some time with the kids and things.
Now, the gnomes, as I said, more gnomes coming up this afternoon, but look at this. Stamped gnomes and a Merry Christmas on the bottom. Some of your snowflakes, again, as Leona said, be careful when you kind of pop these out because they are quite fragile. Just gently does it and you'll get a fantastic result. And that's been sprayed with white paint, I think.
I think, is that one, I think that is probably a silver,
Silver
spray paint, yeah.
Okay. And then this one, dead simple, but having a three-dimensional Merry Christmas means, A, you can charge more for your card, but also it's more interesting, rather than just being a flat stamped image, to have something that's very, very tactile. And this one, dead simple again, just using one of the lanterns from the sheets, it really kind of makes it kind of jump out and pop out. Really sweet. So we're down to $15.99 for 8 sheets of laser cut pop-out elements. I mean, look again at what you're getting. This shows you everything that you're going to be getting. There's a couple on each theme. There's a couple of gnomes, there's a couple of Christmas, couple of celebration. It works out to $1.99 per sheet. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's one of those things that you start off and then you just get carried away and then you're like, oh, we'll do another one and we'll do another one and we'll do another one.
And there's no wasted space on those sheets?
No, we filled them up pretty well, so.
I've never seen the machine working. I'd love to see the laser machine.
I'll do a video and we can send it in and put it on the telly the next time I'm in.
Okay,
I'll
brilliant.
Take a video.
Okay, well, Leona's with me right the way through until 8 o'clock. Thank you for starting your Monday with us. We're here every weekday morning between 6 and 8. Just in case you haven't seen us before, the way it works is 6 until 8, it's Hobby Maker. 8 until 1, we go back to Sewing Street. And then from 1 until 6, we're back with Hobby Maker. So you get a lovely mixture of soft craft and general card making and crafting during the day, every single day. That's Monday through Friday. And on Saturday and Sunday, we're here 1 until 6. So that's how we roll here at Hobby Maker at the moment. I say that at the moment. There are plans afoot, I think, to maybe expand and do all sorts of other things in the future. But at the moment, that's where we are. And we've got some great deals coming up. We're going to show you some of that Glitzcraft paste in a couple of seconds' time. Don't go anywhere.
Here at Hobby Maker, we want your shopping experience to be as simple as possible. That's why you can buy as many items as you like all day and only pay one postage and packaging fee. It doesn't matter what weight, size or quantity of your order or how many times you check out that day, you still will only be charged one P&P. Shopping made simple with Hobby Maker.
Welcome to our exciting and brand new shopping channel, Hobby Maker, dedicated to crafting. We'll be working with some of the biggest brands in the industry, which means you can look forward to highly skilled crafters, demonstrations and great products at great prices. We'll be bringing you a mix of papercraft, mixed media, resin, candle making and so much more from our expert guests. So let's get crafting with Hobby Maker. Welcome back. Yep, we moved over to the other side of the studio to bring you some other goodies from Glitzcraft with the lovely Leona here today. Now, this is what I think Glitzcraft are best known for. They do lots of MDF, which is absolutely fantastic, but it's the glitz, it's the sparkle, it's the glitter. And Leona was telling you earlier on, this is something that they strived to perfect and have achieved the perfection brilliantly. We've got 2 kits for you, one that is Christmas based and one that is kind of generic. Now, if we look at the starter kit to get you started, this has actually got 4 stencils, Leona?
Yes.
Yeah. 4 stencils. So you've actually got the stencils of the gemstones, which is quite appropriate for this building.
Of course.
Of course. You get those 3 gemstones there, which are slightly different, really lovely. You've got your thank you stencil that you can see there as well. You've got your mandala stencil, which is that one just there. And you've also got your beautiful foliage and your flower stencil as well. So 4 stencils, and you don't just get that, you also get your beautiful Glitzcraft paste. Now this is loaded full of glitter, absolutely loads of glitter. You've got your orchid purple, you've got your light green, you've also got this colour which is that beautiful lavender, and then you've got your pink sand as well. Now all of those colours, they may look a little bit opaque, but that's the glue. When you spread this and it dries, the glue dries completely clear and lets that sparkle really kind of pop, okay? You also get your tape, you get your palette knife, and you also get your cleaning tool as well. Now the idea is obviously that you use these pastes in conjunction with the stencils, and that's where the spatula comes in. Now this is £37.80, and it's UY3684. UY3684, that's the product code for this. And you get the lot, okay? Everything here for that price. Now I have actually got, we have actually got a better price coming. Oh, that's even better. Where's this going to go?
It's going down.
$22.99. What? $22.99 for 4 stencils, 4 bottles or 4 jars,
Yeah.
spatula, tape, and the cleaning tool. The whole thing for $22.99. And if I just show you the sort of thing that this can do, have a little look at these. These are absolutely gorgeous. Now this on black card, I mean, your pastes are just absolutely
And that's it.
perfection.
You can use them on any colour card. It doesn't matter whether you use it on white or whether you use cream or whether you use a coloured card or whether you use black. It is completely up to you. And you do get a slightly different finish depending on what colour of card that you do.
Sure. But here we're seeing them on black, on white, and it makes everyone an artist, the stencil.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's so easy to do. And when you demonstrate it, like we've just actually come back from the NEC, and when you demonstrate it and you pull the top off, everybody goes, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
So you do get that, you know, kind of wow moment when you peel it off.
And it doesn't shed.
No, which is really good, because a lot of people don't like glitter because you end up covered in glitter, but this one you don't.
No, you don't. You really, really don't. Because it's a glue-based solution, the actual glitter really stays and sticks. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
I mean, even if you rub that, Dave, no matter how hard you rub that, it does not come off.
Nope. Nothing on my hands whatsoever. Gone are the days of opening up an envelope and then your lap being covered with glitter. That doesn't happen anymore. But really, really easy to do, really simple, really different, and really affordable as well at £22.99. So this, remember, has got the gemstones in it. It's got the beautiful flowers. It's got the thank you symbol. It's got the mandala. So this is an all year round purchase. And the Glitzcraft pastes last a long, long time.
They last for ages, yeah. And if they do start getting a little bit dry, the best thing to do is just check them every 6-8 weeks. If they are getting a little bit dry, then just give them a little bit of water. That's all they need, about half a teaspoon of water, mix it up, and then you'll have them till you run out.
That reinvigorates it.
It does. It just stops the glue from drying out so quickly. Out of a set of 4 colours, you'll probably be able to make about 300 cards. So it goes a long, yeah, it goes a long way.
Cards, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it really does go a long way.
Now that $22.99 isn't the final price. Laura, our producer, has made an executive decision. She's taking it even lower this Monday morning. Now, an early treat for you. Thank you for tuning in at 6 o'clock in the morning on Hobby Maker. We are going below £20, $19.99. I mean, to be honest with you, if a pot of this was a £5,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
You know, I'd expect to pay that sort for this sort of product. But you're going to get 4 pots, 4 stencils, masking tape to hold the stencil in place, the spatula and the cleaning tool for £19.99. I mean, you have loads of returning customers, don't you?
We do, yeah, and that's one thing we really love is we get to know a lot of our customers over time, and it's so nice to see them, especially when we are out and doing things like the NEC and shows and things, and it's just so great. We actually get loads of presents and things, especially if I go up to Glasgow, obviously hometown. Oh my gosh, I get so many cakes and things. I end up just going around and feeding all the exhibitors.
Wow. Well, I mean,
I'm like, I'm not eating them all.
that's what I've missed over the last 2 or 3 years. Is
Yeah,
going out
it's
to
the
those shows.
interaction
Yeah.
and it's the faces of people when you're talking to them and you're demonstrating and you're showing them what to do. And like I said, when you peel it off and they all go, wow, that's the bit that makes it all worthwhile.
So that's our general one. So great price, $19.99. Now, obviously in June, our attention's turned to Christmas, obviously. In the crafting world, that's what always happens. Every single June, July, Christmas starts early for us. Now, this one is one of your best sellers, isn't it?
It is, yes. This contains one of the stencils that I designed about September, October last year. And we have sold hundreds and hundreds of this stencil. It is super, super popular.
Now, the stencil you're referring to is this one just here. It's a two-parter, isn't it?
It is. So it's got a background stencil, which is the one that you can see at the front with the stag.
Yeah.
That you put onto your card and ink through the background. Now, I will show you, although I have just realised that I don't have my inks with me. So I'm going to struggle to show you. But normally...
We'll get them for you.
Okay.
Someone will rush and get them.
Yeah. I'm just thinking if I've got any, I might have some in my bag underneath. So you ink through the top, the background, and then do the second stencil with the glitter paste, and that will give you the result.
Well, this explains what Leanne is saying. So if you have a little look at this card here, so you ink the background, and then you put the wonderful glitter paste over the top, and that's the sort of thing that you can create. So isn't that wonderful? Use your fantastic ink pads that you've got at home. There's another one in a totally different colourway. And another one. I can see why this is your bestseller.
Yeah, everybody loves it.
And then another one. How cool is that? So you're going to get that stencil. You've also got your star tree stencil. That's not easy to say. And you've got your love hearts stencil as well. So you get both of those. So there's the one with the stars. Then you get the hearts. So you get those 4 stencils. And you get your 4 pots of your glitter paste as well, Glitzcraft glitter paste. So you've got your red, you've got your evergreen, you've got your silver, and you've got your gold. 4 classic colours when it comes to Christmas. And then you've got your spatula, your masking tape, and your cleaning tool as well. So this is a really, really good one. I mean, I don't know about you, but certainly I make cards for Christmas more than for any other time of the year.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. You know, you'll do obviously your birthday ones for your immediate family and things, but I think a lot of the people will do mostly Christmas.
Absolutely. So if you want this one, this is getting very busy right now. $19.99 is the price. We've matched the price on the previous one. There you've got that. You can actually use that stag stencil completely separately and independently, but it does work beautifully with the pine tree scene at the bottom as well. So it's like a double stencil, that particular one. And the Love Hearts Christmas tree, and of course the Stars Christmas tree, and all 4 pots of the Glitzcraft paste, the tape, the spatula, and the cleaning tool as well. This is a very busy item this morning. I know a lot of people, when we said we're going live from 6 until 8, we're going, 6 o'clock? Who's up at 6? You'd be surprised. A lot of people. I mean, to be honest, although I don't set my alarm when I have a day off, I'm usually awake between 6 and 6:30 every morning. So if you wake up, put your telly on, and you normally get confronted by arguments and ranting on other channels, and you think, oh, that's not the way I want to wake up. Wake up with Hobbymaker. It's light, it's fluffy, you get great deals, and you can start to plan good Christmas as well. Christmas for me is the most magical time of the year. I look forward to it every single year, and start to look forward to it from around about now. And my other half does all the Christmas shopping, done and dusted by the end of September. I don't have to worry about that. But when it comes to making things for Christmas and making things to sell at craft fairs and things like that, then this could be what you've been looking for. A quick, simple, easy way to make stunning cards. I love, this is the Christmas tree with the hearts on it, which is absolutely superb. It's like they're dancing around the tree.
I know, they're so pretty. And the good thing is, even if you do that same stencil, you can do it in so many different colorways. You can also mix the pastes. So if you want to take some of the gold and the silver, not the gold and the silver, the gold and the red, and mix it, you'll make a kind of bronzy color.
Okay.
So you can actually make your own colors as well using the paste that you've got, a bit like mix and paint.
I do love this. This is the star for me. Loads of you coming in for this. How cool is that? So
It's so pretty, and you can make the background as light or as dark as you want it to be. So if you want it to be quite dark, you know, so that it really catches your eye, then you can do that, and it's just by using ink.
Should we show everybody how to
We
use
can
it?
do,
Is that
yes, we can. So what I've got here is, I know it's really difficult to see because it's white on white, but I have got the stencil there. So again, using the stencil tape that comes with the kit, then just tape that down onto your card. And you do want to go all the way around all 4 sides, because you don't want the stencil to move, and you don't want it to have a bend or anything in it.
Okay.
So always that way. Now, if you can see, if I just get my nail underneath it, you can see this little guy, the little stag, isn't attached at the top. So you do want to be a little bit more careful that you don't come downwards too much, or you end up bending.
So you work from the bottom up, yeah?
So yeah, you know, kind of just brush up and over it. Now, these are my blending brushes that are on this afternoon show, so they'll be on the website if you want. They are super, super fine. Everybody thinks that they're foam, but they're not. They are bristles. So if you can see how bristly they are, there's loads and loads and loads of bristles in them. Super soft, and it just gives you that really nice, super blended effect.
I'm pretty sure you can actually pre-order these now if you want to. I think everything that's on Glitzcraft. Oh, just this morning's show. Okay. Well, these are going to be coming up later on.
They're in this afternoon show, yeah.
Excellent.
So, and like I said, make it as light or as dark as you want to go. In the brush wise, I have got one for each colour. So I've just got them on a little spinner here that you can get again this afternoon. We don't want to brush down because we're going to catch this guy, so we're just going to go up. And obviously, once you're past him, you can go in any direction that you want to. So we'll just blend that up. So, and over.
I mean, just that stencil on its own with that technique is fantastic.
Yeah.
Let alone what else you can do with it with the...
Just blend that through. So these ones I've used are Distress Oxides. I like to use my blending inks normally, but the Distress Oxides I had in the bag, so that'll work. Remove the tape once you've done this section, and you can use the tape on the next one so you don't have to throw it away. So grab it from the bottom, lift up and off, and there is your background.
The thing with stencils is it's a bit of an optical illusion because when you're actually putting the ink on, it doesn't look as if you put much on at all.
Yeah.
When you take the stencil off,
You're
it's
like, whoa,
wow. Okay.
it is there. So now we're just going to line it up, and you can see where the white spaces are from underneath. You just line up that stencil, and again, we can use the tape. So all four sides, once again, make sure that it is all stuck down. Nope, we're sliding around. Let me make sure that's it. We've not moved it. Tape it down.
And you can reuse that tape, can't
Yes.
you? Yeah.
So I've reused the first three. Oh, there it is. I'd lost it, but I found it. And then you've got your colours. So
Now, the colours you get with this, you're going to get gold, silver, green and red. Obviously perfect colours for Christmas.
And then again, this afternoon, we've got a whole heap of colours on. So if you want to get different colours than that, then we've got a pick and mix this afternoon with loads of different colours. So with the paste, you want to use about a pea-sized amount at a time. So if you can see that, and it's always on the bottom of the knife.
Right.
So never on the top. So you can see we've got the barcode on the top of this. We never need to use that side. So it's always the base. And all you're going to do is press it on and then spread. And scrape any of the extra paste and pop it back into your pot so you're not wasting a single bit. Now you can see, hopefully you can see, I've left some spaces. So what I'm going to do with that is actually fill in with a different colour. So another little bit of the paste, and then I'm just going to start filling that in.
It's a bit like when you're doing embossing with embossing powders. You feel as if you're putting a lot on, but in actual fact you're not. You're putting most of it back into the pot.
And once it starts making its way down the knife, I tend to use the pot to pop it back in again.
Right.
So that I get it on the tip. See how I've now got it all the way down the knife from there to there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to scrape that all back in and just grab another little bit just on the tip.
Right.
And it is just very small amounts at a time. So some of my favourite ways of doing this is actually doing it not in the colours that you traditionally would see trees in. So I'll do blue and pink trees and purple trees. And actually people just love the fact that it is a bit different. So just making sure we've got all that filled in over the top. And then, again, scrape off your extra. If you've got a lot of paste left on your knife, wipe off between colours so that you don't end up with a lot of contamination. And then we can go in and do our little stag.
Anyone that knows me knows I love a stag.
Over the top. I couldn't believe the amount of foxes I saw this morning driving from the hotel to here this morning. Yeah, we saw 2 up on one bit of the road, and then a little bit further down there was another 2, and one must have been about this size. It was absolutely tiny. So we were like, oh, look, all the foxes are out.
I used to get up early.
Yes, that's it. You see all the foxes at 4 in the morning. So remove the tape from 3 sides. Again, keep one side still attached.
Yep.
And that way you can grab the bottom, hold onto your card, and then just lift the whole thing up.
Oh, that is magic.
And there you've got your card. Now, once you're finished with the stencil, I've got a bowl of water underneath. All I do is just throw it straight into the bowl of water, leave it there until you need, either till you need to use it again, so literally it can stay in there for like weeks on end if you want to, or if you want to use it again straight away, wash it and pat it dry. Don't rub the stencils dry, because if there is, like on the trees, there's lots of little kind of jaggy bits, if you know what I mean. And if you bend those, it's very difficult to get the stencil to lay flat again. So be very careful when you are cleaning it. Just pat it dry to make sure that you're not going to bend it. Now that you can leave alone and let it dry, or we can use a heat tool.
Now, this is going to intensify the colour and the sparkle, because obviously the glitter is in a glue solution. The glue solution is a little bit kind of cloudy, so when that dries, either naturally or with a heat gun, all the cloudiness disappears and the sparkle really kind of pops.
And then I'm just going to dry it from the backside as well.
What a card. What an image.
There we go. And then we've got our background card here. Let me make sure we've got it the right way around, because it wouldn't be the first time I've done it upside down. And then let's see. We've got some papers that I've got in, again, in this afternoon show, so we can give you a sneak peek.
And Leona's here at 2 and 4 this afternoon.
Pop that in and let's do a little bit of a border. Make sure I don't put my finger in it. Wouldn't be the first time. Put that out of the way. And then we've got some glue gel. Not very much glue gel left in this because I was using it yesterday, but put that on. There we go, and then
perfect.
A little bit on the back. Line that up. Now it is a little bit on the kind of wrinkly side at the minute. That will all settle down once it all dries. It just takes a minute for all the complete moisture to come out. And there we go, all done.
Well, I can see why that's your bestseller.
Yes,
or one of
it
your
is so
bestsellers.
popular. Everybody loves it. I actually probably demonstrate it about 40 times a day.
Really?
I love it.
Wow.
I love
Well,
it.
remember this particular kit, if you're just waking up now, maybe the alarm's gone off at 6:30 or something like that. This one is your Christmas starter collection. And that's great that you've got everything that you need in here to work with Glitzcraft, even if it's your first ever purchase. You're going to get, remember, the trees and the stag. So those two work together as we showed you on the demonstration, but they also work independently of each other as well. If I just remove that one and just show you that on its own. I mean, that just used with some blending inks and that sort of thing would look absolutely lovely. But then when you mix it with the stag and the trees with the glitz paste as well, the whole thing really kind of comes to life and pops. That is one of the best-selling stencils that Leona and her team have. The other two stencils you get as well are these two. So you're going to get your star tree, and you're also going to get your love heart tree as well. And you've got the words The Merry Christmas, which you can use completely independently as well. And as well as that, for the $19.99, you're going to get 4 pots of the glitz paste. Red and green, silver and gold. You can't get any more festive colours than those 4. Absolutely perfect. The spatula, which you use one way round, barcode up all the time. You get your cleaning tool, which is like a scraper to clean your stencil and that sort of thing. And you also get your masking tape too. So the whole thing for less than £20 is an absolute bargain and a steal. £19.99. Now, the loads of you have got it in your basket, but please remember it's not yours until you check out. So if you could check out, that confirms your purchase. YU3694 is your item number. Remember, we're kind of sort of having a soft launch to Christmas today. Technically, it launches tomorrow with the launch of the new Hunky Dory Christmas collection, which is going to be absolutely massive. But we do have some Christmas sale shows coming up later on with Crafter's Companion and a few kind of semi-Christmas items with Leona as well with Glitzcraft. So back with more from Glitzcraft, more MDF, more ideas and more great bargains in a minute or two. Welcome to our exciting and brand new shopping channel, Hobby Maker, dedicated to crafting. We'll be working with some of the biggest brands in the industry, which means you can look forward to highly skilled crafters, demonstrations and great products at great prices. We'll be bringing you a mix of papercraft, mixed media, resin, candle making, and so much more from our expert guests. So let's get crafting with Hobbymaker.
Here at Hobbymaker, we want your shopping experience to be as simple as possible. That's why you can buy as many items as you like all day and only pay one postage and packaging fee. It doesn't matter what weight, size or quantity of your order or how many times you check out that day, you still will only be charged one P&P. Shopping made simple with Hobbymaker.
Welcome back. Now, we were talking about Christmas, and Christmas in the craft world always starts in the middle of the year.
It does.
To be honest, in the craft world, Christmas is all year round, let's face it. But before Christmas, we've got Halloween.
We do.
And this is going to be our next demonstration this morning. I love, love, love this, and I cannot believe the price of it. It's incredible. The detail, the accuracy. You also get some acetate to kind of colour in the lights as well. So if you want to put some rice lights around the back of it, or a tea light or something like that to make it illuminate. But this just captures it's the perfect haunted house, isn't it?
Yeah, so it all comes flat pack. You've got the main haunted house piece just there that Dave's shown you. But then you get 2 sheets which has got loads and loads of pieces in it. So you can see some of those I've already popped out, that you can see the white spaces on the screen. But it just lets you layer up all the windows. There's the roof pieces are all layered up. So you've got the tree. It's just, my son designed this. My oldest son designed this. He's really good at doing all the 3D dimensional stuff.
Right.
So I leave all that to him because my brain doesn't really function that way.
So he's now part of the business.
Yeah, well, he works in the sales of the lasers because we've got 2 businesses. My dad and my son work in one part of it, and that is like the laser sales and servicing, that kind of thing. We get lasers back that are damaged or broken, and then he fixes them, and they go and take them, drive all over the country and replace them. We do some work down in some of the TV studios down in London where they film some of the big films.
Okay.
So it's really interesting, and he likes that bit of it because he
Right.
gets to go and see all the films and things being made.
That's cool.
He gets to see all the props. So last time he was there, he's like, "Mom, have you heard of a film called Hocus Pocus 2?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "Oh, I've seen all the props for that."
Oh,
So because they use the lasers to cut some of the props.
Right, okay.
So yeah.
Well, I can see why they do that, absolutely. Now, this is brilliant. It really is. I think we do more Halloween now than we ever used to.
Yeah, it's obviously Halloween is hugely popular in the States. Everybody goes all out in the States and decorates everything. Your house is always decorated. And I remember one of my neighbours scaring the absolute bejesus out of my oldest then, but when he was only about 3, and he was dressed up in the Grim Reaper, and he was just sitting outside his house looking like a statue. And then when you went over and he moved, well, my youngest was like, whoosh, he was gone.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I remember I lived in America for a little while, for about 3 or 4 months a few years ago, and I was over Halloween, and I'd never seen so many pumpkins. They got stacked up on every street corner.
Yeah, well, you used to go to the pumpkin patch and pick your own pumpkins and things as well. So that was like a whole day out, was going to the pumpkin patch, choosing your pumpkins, and there was hay rides and all sorts. So
Now, hang on, this price, £12.99?
yes. So it's loads and loads of pieces there. You've got different windows and things to do. You've got the gravestones, you've got the tree, you've got the base, all just slots in. Now, as you can see, it is a little bit wobbly until you put the glue in. Once you've got the glue in there, then it's obviously going to hold it straight. You've got the acetate. Now, the acetate colour might vary depending on how many we've got. So you might get a yellow piece, you might get an orange piece, it might be a red piece, but it won't matter. It'll all look really amazing depending if you put the lights behind it and things.
And the amount of fun you'll have decorating.
Oh, yeah.
Making
Can you
it as
imagine
spooky
doing
as
it with
you
the
like.
kids as well?
Yeah.
I mean, they'd have great fun sitting painting all this.
I'm the little ghost, and you've also got a little witch, I think.
Yeah,
in there,
we've
the
got
bats are
witches,
in there.
we've got ghosts, we've got the gravestones. So, I mean, you can do it, your oranges and blacks and greens and purples and whatever you want to do. It's completely up to you.
I mean, maybe your kitchen window looks out to the main road. Maybe you've got the trick-or-treaters and that sort of thing coming around. Put it in your window and illuminate it. You can get those little kind of strings of rice lights for not much money at all. That would look lovely, illuminating the windows. Again, a battery-operated tea light would look
Yep.
lovely as well. But, you know, make it as spooky as you wish. Make it as dark and as mysterious as you want, or make it a bright, you know,
Absolutely. I mean,
haunted
that's the thing. It's completely your choice. And if you want, get two. Do one really bright, funky colours and do one your kind of traditional colours. It's completely up to you.
And it all comes flat packed, as Leona
Yeah.
said. It's only £12.99 for something that you'll get out every single year. It's really well designed. And it's £12.99 TX3606. TX3606 if you fancy putting that in your basket. And if you've never worked with MDF before, it's a really easy medium to work
It
with.
is. It's super easy. So on some of this, we've spray painted it. So if I turn that round, you can see. I've done some of the detail and things on the house, and then I just took a black Sharpie and drew in some of the lines and some of the cracks and things on there. So you can go as detailed or as plain as you want to. It is completely up to you. So the orange that's on this has been spray painted. The green is an acrylic paint, and the darker green again is an acrylic paint. The black is a Sharpie. Your white that's on there is just a white detail pen. So it's not anything that you need to go and buy anything special products wise. To colour the MDF, I've just got a few pieces here that I haven't coloured and haven't attached on yet, just to show you. These are acrylic paint pens. You can get these pretty much anywhere, and it's just like using a marker. And you can even, if you want to, just use your markers.
Sorry, could I just interrupt Leona for a second? Just to let you know, the Christmas stencil kit we showed you a few minutes ago, the one with the beautiful stag and the trees, that now 20% of our available stock has gone on that. So if that's what's taking your fancy this morning, the 4 stencils, the 4 pots of your glitter paste, red, green, gold, silver, and the masking tape and the cleaning tool too. The whole thing, only $19.99, remember, but 20% of the stock of that has now gone. So if you want it, please pop it in your basket and check out. It is on the website right now for you if you want to pop it in your basket now. But the Haunted House, really fun.
Yes.
It's a massive thing.
It is
for
big.
$12.99.
Yeah, it is pretty big. And then you can just do as much or as little of the detail as you want to. It comes on with the stand. And then all you need to do is use a little bit of PVA or wood glue just to attach all the different pieces. So this is our little witch. I've just quickly coloured using just a black marker. So then you can then decide where you want the witch to go. So let me just miss that bit down the bottom. You can decide whether you want it flying, where you want it. You've got bats that you can attach. And then I've just got a little few of the little windows. So all these pieces come, just push them out. The insides of the windows are probably attached as well, so you just need to use a little pokey tool or something just to pop them out. It just makes it easier for me so that I've not got 1,000,001 pieces to pick up. And then that with a little bit of glue on the back. Now, like I said, PVA glue probably works the best. I've got my silicone glue gel here because I forgot to bring my PVA from the NEC. It's buried in a trailer somewhere. So that just slides on, sticks in place, and again, I've got another little window here.
I think this is really funky.
There's a little round window that I seem to have lost. It's probably still lying in a box somewhere, but you get the idea.
Very Addams Family.
It is, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
so much fun. But
Yeah.
can you imagine even doing it in like blacks and like fuchsia pinks? And you can just absolutely customize it to whatever you want. So if you've got favourite colour, then why not? Just go for it. So pop that on,
It looks really cool in green and orange, I must admit.
pop that on, and then you've got the little window here that should be there, but I don't know where it is. So we won't worry about
It's
it.
all right.
We won't worry about that one. So finish this one off. And my son is quite happy sitting painting. So if they're not busy doing things, then I'll just give him things to paint. So he painted most of this for me.
What, with acrylic paints?
With acrylic paint and spray paint. So the orange he used was a spray paint.
Yep.
And then the rest was acrylic paints.
Well, I know we've got
So-
the Deco Art acrylic paints available. They were on the show yesterday that we did. There's loads of acrylic paints on our website if you have a little look.
There
and
you
we've got
go.
our brand shops there as well, remember. So if you want to have a little look at everything that Leona has to offer, even things that maybe you didn't realise that she had in stock, even if it's not on the TV, if it's not on air, if it's in stock, you can order it on the website anytime you like. 24/7, and all the items on the website also qualify for the cap postage of just $3.95 for the entire day. But for $12.99, what a wonderful looking thing. I mean, you know, I think we're doing Halloween more and more. As the years go by, we get more and more into it. But just this in the kitchen window or the dining room window or the kids' bedroom would look fantastic. It is a lovely thing for just $12.99. And just hold that up so you can see it a little bit better. Look at that.
Slide that one in to place. There we go. Now some of my bits might fall off because the glue's not super quick drying, and unfortunately we had a little bit of an accident, so we've got the limb of the tree is hanging on by it's hanging on by a thread. But then you've got your ghosts, so you can put a ghost in behind the window, or you've got 3 different ghosts, so you can put them wherever you want to. So you can have one wherever you want it to go.
That is so cool, isn't it?
Or if you don't want to put it, you can have it hanging on the tree. It's completely up to you where you want it to go.
It could also be a project for the summer holidays too. You can have fun decorating it, painting it, colouring it how you wish. Whether it's pens, whether it's paints, doesn't make any difference. This one on the shelf there, totally different in a kind of purple and a terracotta colour with yellow windows. That's really cool. £12.99. You decorate it, you paint it, you get the blank canvas. It does come flat packed as well. And it's 0800 001 4433. That's our free phone number. And just to recap, if you've never shopped with us before, it's a free phone number, UK-based call centre in the studio, so you're not phoning a foreign country or anything like that. Also, cap postage of £3.95 on the day. So if you're buying something from Leona in this show, in Wake Up with Hobbymaker, and a bit later on in another show you want to order something else, at the end of the day, you'll only pay £3.95 for all of your orders to be delivered, not multiples. So it's just 1p&p per day. Now, we've also, with a Halloween theme, got the haunted pumpkins as well.
Yes.
Now, which one's that?
That's the one at the front. Yep, it's right down the front.
I've got one that's made up. Shall I go and grab it? You can see it here, actually, in the studio.
Out the way.
This is the haunted pumpkin. Very three-dimensional. And a kind of similar concept. You've got the haunted house in there as well, but it's within the pumpkin and the tree and the fence and everything and the Happy Halloween sign. Now, this is absolutely brilliant. And when you see the price that you're going to get this for, we're going to actually do it for the same price that we showed you the haunted house for. So it's going to be $12.99 for an awful lot of MDF, which you just layer up. There's like 3 or 4 layers, isn't there?
Yeah, there's 4 layers.
4 layers to make that 3-dimensional scene, and that's TM3609. It's so affordable.
I know, and it's so much fun to do. I mean, you could honestly just sit, and it looks like it takes ages to do, but it really doesn't. If you've got, get a bit of paintbrush and an acrylic paint to do the base, to do the background one. Again, you can pop some acetate behind it, put some lights behind it if you want to. You can add the detail onto the house. So I would probably go and put some detail on that if I had a bit more time. Mm-hmm. You've got the Happy Halloween that you can decorate up and paint it whichever way you want to. Have it all dripping and kind of gory if you want to, with like greens and pinks and purples. You get the witches, you get the bats, you get the ghosts.
Well, if you've just bought the haunted house and you've checked out or put the phone down or whatever, and you're thinking, oh, I want that one as well, you won't pay any more P&P. $3.95, free phone call as well. So there's every reason to shop with us on a daily basis here at Hobbymaker. But yeah, they look great side by side, actually, the pumpkin and the haunted house. They do.
So, and again, just paint whichever colours that you want to. I've got some acrylic paint pens again, and you can just sit. And it is just like colouring in then. So whichever way you want to do it. And just colour it in. I'll do a bit of orange and a bit of green on this one.
Maybe you've got your glitter pens, you want to use those, anything like
absolutely, add some glitter, why not?
And also, the MDF quality is so good. I mean, it's you don't need to prime it, you don't need to put gesso on beforehand. You can if you want, but you don't need to.
Yeah, and if you're going to, put it outside or anything, you can seal it with a boat varnish, a yacht varnish, that kind of thing, or the dishwasher Mod Podge, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And that will allow you then, if you want to put it outside. I wouldn't put it, right into the rain or anything, because it is MDF and it isn't waterproof, so it will soak up water unless you have really protected it well.
I mean, you can put it on the door if you've got like a
absolutely,
or something like that.
You can do. It all comes, it's got these little stands on the bottom, so you can see just there, it's got these little stands.
And the little stars that you can see in the sky, they're actually see-through. They're completely cut out. So if you wanted to put lights in those, strategically place them so it's like twinkling stars. That would be really
you can get the battery-operated little fairy lights, pop those on it, and it just makes it, especially if your room's a bit darker, then it will show up nicely.
That could be a night light.
It could be, yeah.
Mike, if you wake up in the middle of the night after a nightmare.
Wait, see one of these. Might not be ideal, but yeah.
But yeah,
I think
as an ornament, you know, in the home, in the
yeah, I
lounge,
think in a window
kitchen.
for Halloween is going to be ideal because you know what they say nowadays. If the the house isn't decorated for Halloween, then don't knock.
Yes.
But if you've got this in the window and people can see it, then they know that you can come and knock on the window and get your treats.
Actually, my mother-in-law a couple of years ago bought loads and loads and loads of sweets, expecting loads of kids to be knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. No one turned up. She was gutted.
Really?
I think she scared them off. That's what I said to her.
One year we got so many kids, we actually had to do like an emergency shop run to try and get some more stuff. So the following year we bought in loads and loads of stuff just in case, and hardly anybody came.
No, that's always the way. If you don't bother, you don't go out and buy stuff,
Exactly.
everyone turns up. You do it, no one
Exactly.
turns up.
It was funny. I always make sure though that I buy the stuff that my kids eat so that they can eat it.
Yeah,
If
true.
if we've got leftovers.
I mean, that's really effective doing that in a double colour like that. That works.
But like you say, add glitter to it. With the glitter pastes, you can actually paint with them as well. So take a little scoop of the paste, pop it into the lid, add a little bit more water just to make it a little bit more movable, and then you can paint away with it.
Fantastic.
So I'm not very good at painting, so
You're good at colouring in, though.
I do. Do you know, colouring in I think was the very first craft that I ever did. You know, when you look back.
I think it probably was with me as well.
Yeah, I loved colouring in. I would sit there and colour for hours and hours on end, laying on the floor, just drawing. You know, you take it and you would like draw circles on things.
I think mums and dads buy colouring books just to keep us kids quiet.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I must admit, if somebody gave me a colouring book now and said, "Here you go," I'd probably still have fun with it. So.
And when you consider what you're getting for your money, for $12.99, that's a lot of MDF. It's a
Yeah.
lot of a project to get your teeth into as well, which won't take you long to do, but there's a lot there for your money.
There we go. So once you've done that, then we'll stick some glue. Let's see, where are we going to pop it? Try and figure out where it's going to sit. So, and again, I would probably use more of a PVA glue because it'll dry quicker. This might end up doing a little slide down the thing. But then you've got your ghosts that you can add wherever you want to. See, are you going to stay? And then we've got a little witch as well that we can colour in. Let's find, where's the black?
I think this is dead cool. I mean, lots of people do MDF, but I think your MDF, the images, and do you say it's your son that does
My
these?
son did these, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Ryan did these.
He's got a great eye.
He is. He's really good at doing designs, I have to say. He's quite into his computers, so he is quite good at doing all that. So.
And if you go for the pumpkin, why not treat yourself to the haunted house? The two of them side by side work together so well, and you can see the size kind of complements as well. So maybe you don't really normally bother with Halloween, but you're thinking, well, you know what? After the couple of years we've had, why not? Let's just go for every celebration, go for every event that we can, and make it special. There we go. So we've got the witch coloured in black, we've got the ghost in white, got the happy Halloween in green and orange, which looks really effective actually. Yours will come obviously completely plain. So this is what you're actually going to be getting. If I just show you here, that's exactly what you're going to be getting. So it comes in basically 4 parts, 4 layers, but you get the separate witch, you get the separate happy Halloween, you get the separate tree. So it's all in there. And even the house has got like lasered markings on it. So if you're not quite sure where the roof ends and the building begins, you can quite simply kind of colour that in, and you've got those guide marks on there as well, which is fantastic. £12.99. We've matched the price on the haunted house. And if you've just woken up, maybe your alarm's just this second gone off, we've got the haunted house, we've got the pumpkin there, both of them £12.99. If you want both of them, that will be just under £26, £25.98, and 1 P&P of £3.95. Now, the haunted house quickly again, let's remind you of that. This is it. And again, just like on the pumpkin, you've got those lasered etched markings on there. So you can obviously colour in the tiles on the roof. You've got the lines on the front of the house as well, which you can, of course, act as guidelines. But there it is done in that terracotta and purple, which is really effective. It really looks 3D, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's just, and the fact is you've got the tree there as well, which looks really pretty spooky, but you can do that in any colours. So you can have it just one solid, like a black, if you wanted it more like a silhouette.
Yep.
Or go really funky and have it, you know, browns and greens and all that kind of stuff. So you can absolutely just have fun with it and just paint whatever you want. Don't think you have to be an amazing painter to do this. You don't. The pieces that are on the Haunted House, they're all double layers, so you can just sit and colour them, even in the sheet. So it comes in a flat pack sheet that you just pop the bits out. So if you want, you can leave it in there, and that way you don't have to worry about getting it in the lines and things, because you're going to colour and it's just going to go on to the extra bit that you're going to. The other thing to do that's a good idea is when you get the sheets, before you throw this away, just keep an eye on the fact that you might want to make something stand out even further, in which case just break a piece of this off and then put it behind, so it makes it stand out even further. So you've got a layer of just piece of scrap MDF behind it, so that you've got it standing out, 6 mil instead of just 3 mil.
Sure.
So you can multiply in, all you need is just to break off a little piece. It breaks dead easy when you want to just snap it, and then just glue that on, and it gives you that extra dimension.
Now, if you're wanting things to colour with, we've got all sorts on our website. Acrylic paints, we recently launched Deco Art paints from PI. They launched yesterday. They're on the website. We've also got Posca pens on the website as well. They're perfect to use with this.
I do love my Poscas. I've got a few in here.
Yeah, well, they'll be on our website
Poscas.
too. So there's loads of ways of colouring them. You can colour them with alcohol pens, you can colour them with paints. It's entirely up to you what you do with them. But a great project. Right, it's $12.99 for the Haunted House, TX3606. If you want your pumpkins, of course, your Halloween pumpkins, that's the same price as well. That will be on the website too. It's Wake Up with Hobbymaker. I'm Dave. This, of course, is Leona. She's with us for a couple of shows later on this afternoon at 2 and 4 as well. Whatever you do, though, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a second with more from Glitzcraft. Welcome to our exciting and brand new shopping channel, Hobbymaker, dedicated to crafting. We'll be working with some of the biggest brands in the industry, which means you can look forward to highly skilled crafters, demonstrations, and great products at great prices. We'll be bringing you a mix of papercraft, mixed media, resin, candle making, and so much more from our expert guests. So let's get crafting with Hobbymaker.
Here at Hobbymaker, we want your shopping experience to be as simple as possible. That's why you can buy as many items as you like all day and only pay one postage and packaging fee. It doesn't matter what weight, size, or quantity of your order, or how many times you check out that day, you still will only be charged one P&P. Shopping made simple with Hobbymaker.
Great way to start the week. Hello, good morning. It's Monday morning. I'm Dave Bradford. Lovely Leona's here from Glitzcraft. She comes to us at least once a month, hot from the NEC.
Yes, straight from the NEC. So if I've got the big bags under my eyes, you know why.
Now, obviously, we've also talked about Halloween already, and we've shown you those fantastic Christmas stencils, which are proving very popular. We've also got some Christmas MDF for you as well. I say Christmas. To be honest, this lantern is all year round.
It is, because I'm actually going to show you, we've got a sample done as Christmas, but I'm going to show you not in the kind of Christmas colours. So just to show you can use it anyway.
Yeah, maybe you're planning some barbecues in the evening in the summer and you just want a few of these dotted around, maybe on a tree that you've got in the garden or just in the middle of a table on the patio would look fantastic. So not a Christmas thing at all, really, but it can be if you want to make it Christmas.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is, look at the price on this as well. When you see the price, where this is going to go, you won't believe it. 0800 001 4433, that's our free phone number. The website hobbymaker.co.uk is there as well. And it's simplicity itself to actually put it together. Really, really easy. And again, you'll have so much fun decorating it as well. Now, the price on this, when you see where this is going to go, is crazy. If you've never worked with MDF, give it a go. It's a very, very easy medium to work with, easy to colour, easy to cover. £6.99. What? £6.99 for a lantern that's all year round. Get a few of them. Multi-order. You only pay one P&P of £3.95. How cool is that?
Think how pretty that would be as well. So if you've got like an outside gazebo or a porch or something, you could have a few of them dotted around. With some of those, the fake candles that you get, the battery-operated candles.
Yeah.
How cool that would be at night, having a barbecue or something with those all spread round.
I mean, if you've got metal lanterns like I have, you're probably very well aware that they rust very easily. Whereas this, you know, obviously coat it with something if it's going to go outside. But it's a lovely thing for not much money, just £6.99. Fun to put it together. Ordinary PVA glue is all you need. And then you can coat it and decorate it and spray it or paint it however you choose. So what are you going to do with yours?
So
Just put it together,
I've got, so we've got one here just spread out just to show you all the pieces. So you've got the base, which is this one, which is just off screen. Let me pull that down. There we go. So that is the base. This one here is the one that has the top. Now, the reason you can tell it's got the top is it's got the 4 bit in the middle, which then allows you to build up the little top piece that you can put the handle on. So I've got one where I've already cheated and I have spray painted.
So what do you do?
So-
Do you paint it before you put it together? Or?
You can do. I did it this way just so that I could show you how to do it. You can assemble it if you want to and then spray paint it. It's so easy to do. So all I've got here is some white glue and let's start building. So this part here and these 4 little kind of rectangular pieces that come, these form the handle, if you like. So let me just spread that one to there. And this is just a white PVA glue. So spread that on. And then it all just fits together. Let's get a bit of glue on it.
We do various glues for MDF. I know Bert and Gert do a
So
specific
that one
MDF
goes on
glue.
there.
This is the tacky glue from Crafter's Companion.
Let's see.
Really, any glue will
Bit of
do.
glue. Yeah, any glue works. Let me just get the glue first and then we'll put it together. It probably makes it a little bit easier. And then all we're doing is just popping the pieces together. There we go. And you're just making a square first of all. And obviously there's 2 sides the same on each bit. Oh, hang on, dropped a bit.
Oops.
Let me grab that. There we go. Right.
$6.99 for a lantern. Wow.
And the good thing is you can paint it any colour you want to
Yeah.
then. So, you know, match your outdoor decor. And
Yeah, whatever colour scheme you've got at home,
Yep.
you can match it.
I'm all fingers and thumbs today. So, get that in. Oh, come on, fit in. There we are. So, we're not gluing it together very well today. The glue's not holding long enough for me
I mean,
to build
sometimes
it.
they use elastic bands, don't they, as well,
Yeah.
to hold the pieces in place.
Or a bit of sticky tape usually as well. So, let's get that on.
Battery-operated tea lights, they're the way to go. They look so real
Right.
and much safer.
We're nearly there with that
Don't
bit.
put a real tea light in there, obviously, 'cause it's wood.
Yeah, we don't want to set fire to anybody. Right, so there's that part. And then we're just going to do a bit of glue on the corners to put the lid on. So then that one goes on there, like so. A bit of glue down on this section. And then your handle just pops straight in to the slots. So
There we go.
So that's that bit done.
Yep.
Now you can just wipe off any of the extra glue that's on there and let that dry and then move that to the side. This is your base. So you've got 2 pieces that are longer than the other 2. So if you find that it's not fitting in one side, don't panic, just take it to the next side. And all that does is just slots in. Obviously glue it in place and it just literally just slots right down into place. No,
It
the other
won't
one.
take you any time at all to put it together, really.
No, once you get that first bit done, then you're fine. So a little bit of glue, hold it all together, and then I would also just put a little bit of glue down the side edges so that it all just slots in like so. This part then goes on top.
Well, without the handle, it actually looks almost like
Yeah,
a gazebo,
it does, doesn't it? It's almost kind of oriental looking as well.
Yeah, could be.
Right, let's see if we can get this to line up. And then this is just a little fiddly bit where you're just trying to see where the edges are. There we go, one in. Spin that round. It probably would have been easier if I put my glasses on this morning.
I'd offer you mine, but I don't think that will
I've actually, do you know, they're sitting right beside me, Dave, so.
Oh, right.
There we go, so that's the top bit on.
Okay.
And again, a little bit of glue just to hold it all together. So you can just even pop it on afterwards and just rub it over with your finger.
Right.
If you're going to glue it, I would glue before painting it. It's probably better because that way if you get any glue marks on it, you can hide it with the paint. And then this part just slots in the top, and that's that. So if you want, you can also then, I've got some little flowers.
I mean, you can totally change the way this looks. You can dress it up so it's a Christmas lantern. We've got the poinsettias on this one over here, which looks lovely. But equally, it could be made to look as a summer lantern, depending on how you decorate it, what flowers you use or what colour paints you use.
So that's why I wanted to bring it in a different colour scheme, just to show that you don't have to just use it for Christmas. You could even, if you wanted, imagine painting it up in like purples and oranges and things, greens to go with your Halloween stuff. Put a different colour tea light in it. You know, you can get these ones that are remote controlled and battery operated.
Yep.
So you can choose like what colours of inks and things, what colours of lights you want to have on it.
But also I'm thinking about the metallic paints that we've got on the website as well, the metallic acrylic paints, like in a gold or a silver, that would look absolutely lovely. And suddenly it becomes not a wooden lantern anymore, but a metallic lantern. So lots of effects you can create.
And all you need is just a little bit of PVA glue and a little bit of paint, whichever colours you want to do it.
It also makes a fantastic gift idea too. I mean, you could put flowers in there if you wanted to. A little cactus could sit in there.
Put an oasis in it, and absolutely put your dried flowers and things in it. Absolutely, it's so versatile. You don't have to. You could even use it as a little flower vase. You know, put a little tiny jar in there.
Yeah.
Put some fresh flowers in it, and like you say, you've got the poinsettia one there, so we can show how you can do different ways.
So there's the Christmas one. Look, there we go. Really lovely, isn't it? And it's only costing you £6.99. You have fun putting it together, you'll have fun painting it, and you'll have fun decorating it as well. And more of you are buying more than one of these. So if you want two of them, that would be less than £14, and Cat P&P are £3.95 all day long. And there's lots more coming up with Leona, remember, later on in 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, the shows this afternoon.
I was just thinking these would be great if you're centre tables for weddings as well.
Yes.
How cute would that be? You know, you're in your wedding colour scheme, having a little tea light in the middle of that on your tables.
Yeah, it could also be a centrepiece on your Christmas table, maybe if you wanted it to be with a little display of poinsettias in the centre there, that would look lovely too. But it's an all-year-round lantern. You decide how you want to decorate it and how you want to paint it. £6.99 is all it costs today. Now, another thing that we want to get to, another scene that we want to get to, let me just grab this and show this to you. This is really cool. Now, this is the Santa and deer scene. Now, this has already been very, very popular just because it's been on our website. Let me just pop this down here so you can see it. Look at that. Now, this is, again, a three-dimensional scene that you can build up and paint however you wish. But isn't that lovely? Again, we've got some lights on there as well, so you can, the battery-operated lights, I think they're around about £14 for a set of 4 on our website somewhere. You should find those without too much trouble. But you've got the buildings in the foreground with the trees, you've then got the mountains in the background, and the bigger trees, and of course Santa and the reindeer leaping through the skies. And because it's very three-dimensional, it casts a shadow, which is really effective.
Yeah, and obviously, again, we've just painted it in a white and then added a lot of glitter on top of it. But you can paint it in all different layers. There's 3 different sort of layers to this. So you can paint, you know, the background and your fir tree, that kind of thing. Have your front with a little bit of contrast between the greens. Have your Santa with the red and the golds, and the, you know, your reindeer in the bronze copper colours. It's completely up to you, but we've kept it nice and simple so that you've got the imagination there to do it.
If you're thinking, how on earth do I colour this when it's so kind of intricate and there's so much detail going on? Well, this is how it comes. It comes flat packed like this. So all these elements that you can see are individual, and they just slot into the bases. So you can decorate and colour them completely independently before you put it together. But it ends up being this 3-dimensional scene, which I think you'll realise is absolutely lovely. 0800 001 4433, free phone number, website hobbymaker.co.uk. Now that price that we're about to show you, I think you're going to be gobsmacked out. It's RA3664, that's the product code. We use letters and numbers here at Hobbymaker. Here comes that all-important price. Wow, £9.99. Unbelievable value. Again, on the kitchen windowsill, looking out maybe to the garden or the front of the house. A kid's night light would be great as well. Okay, it doesn't come with lights, but if you want to put lights on it, it would look fantastic. Put the lights maybe behind the windows in the houses. That would look really effective.
Yep. And you don't just get that Santa sleigh as well. That set, you get another set with it. So you've got the deer scene with it as well.
Oh.
The one that's behind you, Dave. You get that with it too. So it's not just one set. You actually get 2 sets for that price.
Oh, hang on. I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
You get
Now
this as well?
Yes, you do. That one's a bit beat up, so you'll need to excuse me. That one has been on display in the NEC for a while, and it has got a little bit of beaten upness to it. But you do get both sets, so I can show you how to do both of them.
Wow.
So you do get 2 sets for
That's
that
amazing.
price.
That's a lot for £9.99.
Yeah.
So both of these displays
Get
for
both of
£9.99.
those, yeah. So the one on the left that you see on the screen at the minute, the one on the left with the Santa, that's one set, and then the one on the right, on the bottom with the trees and the deer is another set.
Wow.
So
Incredible.
I can show you how to put those together. They're
I'd have
so easy to do.
I'd have thought £9.99 each would have been, but to get both, that's incredible.
No, we've done both for that price. So on this one, I've got everything laid out, and again, we've painted it beforehand. So these are your little houses. Oh, and I've just realised that was really clever. I think we've actually painted it backwards. Have we?
Have you?
I don't know. Let's start with another piece. Right, no, maybe not. We'll see. Some of them we might have painted backwards, but you'll get the idea.
Okay.
So some of these are just double layers. So all you're doing is just lining it up and gluing it straight onto the image itself.
And
the
you've spray
background.
painted these?
We've spray painted these because I actually was in a bit of a rush when I was doing all these, as you might be able to tell. Trying to get ready for the NEC and then trying to get ready for the show really probably wasn't the best idea that I've ever had, I have to say. Is how we're going to take all the stuff home that we've got, because we had to ship stuff to Hobby Maker in advance.
Yeah.
And then we've also got all the stuff from the NEC, so it's going to be interesting.
Busy few
How we're
days.
going to fit it all in the car on the way home. we could have some fun. So let's see. Let me go with some double layers. Now what you don't want to do is see how you've got these little extended pieces down here. You don't want to put anything onto that because that is where you're going to, and then we
That
can...
slots in the base.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then we can start building it up. Let's see. So that is your back piece. Then this piece goes next. Excuse me if my head's in the way, so I can see what I'm doing. Then that piece goes in next. And obviously, if you want, you can glue it. If you don't want to glue it, that's fine, because what you can do is, if you don't glue it, it's easy then to flat pack to put away. So there's the pieces glued, and I hadn't painted them the wrong way around, so I'm okay. And then that last one just slots. Let me just turn it around so I can get this last one in without... There we go. So that one just slots in. Let me just get this last side in.
I mean, maybe you're thinking about a particular room in the house that normally doesn't get decorated for Christmas. I mean, as a kid, my bedroom was never decorated for Christmas. The lounge was, but always the bedroom was left.
There we go.
But what about that maybe as a
So
night
that-
light, or as the
and
decoration in the
You can see
bedroom?
that you've got all the different layers to it. So if you want to, you can exactly put fairy lights and things in behind it, shining through the windows.
Yep.
That's all good. And then this is the second one that you get in the kit. Again, we've spray painted it just to make life a little bit easier. So pop your trees in, and the slots are made just the right size. Let me pop those around the other way, actually, so that the big one's at the back. There we go. Now, obviously, they're a little bit wobbly because I've not used any glue, but you can glue them in place. And then that one goes over here, and these little legs just pop straight in to... Oh, hang on. Has that one been done? We did it the wrong way round. There we go. So make sure before you do it that you either paint both sides.
Oh, that's probably the best answer. Paint both sides.
Paint both
Go
sides,
wrong.
and then you can't go wrong. Because I think we've probably painted this one the wrong way around, but at least you'll get the idea. If I...
So to get both for under £10, Whether you decorate them and paint them with acrylics, whether you use your pens, Posca pens, whatever it might be,
Or you
spray
can,
paints.
you know, leave it blank if you want to. You can see that I've painted the wrong side of that one, but if you want to, you can leave it or paint it that kind of colour.
It's quite a natural colour.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the
So it's not too bad.
You get both that one and also
Yep.
the fantastic Father Christmas in the sleigh, jumping over the rooftops. Both of those for $9.99. This is insane value for money. It really, really is. RA3664 is your product code. RA3664 $9.99. Now, we've also got the tea light bauble.
Yep.
Okay, now tea light bauble, this is also fairly limited stock as well. Now, we're going to show you that one next.
Okey-dokey.
I think this is the most limited one of the show, actually. We've got the least stock of this. So the tea light bauble, I'm intrigued.
Let me
Have
find
you got
it.
one made up at all?
We should have. Have we not brought them in? They're probably still in a box in the green room.
Okay.
Let me find where they are. Oh, there they are. They're on the floor. Hang on 1 second.
All right. Tea light bauble coming up. This is what you get. That's actually everything you get there. So, so it's like half a Christmas tree, but then you can put your battery opera tea lights, of course, in those little sections that you can see there. So we've actually got a bit of this to show you now.
So you get, in this kit, you get all the stars that go with it. You get the acrylic baubles. Now, these have still got the plastic protection on them, so don't think that they're white. They are clear. So get all these out of the way, first of all. So you've got 2 different sizes. You get the large one, which is here, and then you also get the smaller one, if I can get it out of the bag, which is there. And you get the little bases, and what you do is there's 3 bases that come with it. So all you do is layer them up so that you've got the solid piece on the bottom, and then you've got the 2 pieces with the circles layered up together, and that is where you're going to put your tea lights. So that is the correct size for your tea lights. And then that just slots in. Bit of glue to hold it in place. Let's do that so that it actually stays in place. Pop that in. There we are. And then, let me see.
A lovely design, aren't they? Really cool.
Where's my little scissors? I don't know where they've gone. Right. See if we can use my nail just to peel off a bit of the plastic coating.
So yeah, these will have like a protective covering on them.
There we go.
And when you peel that off, it's completely clear.
Yeah, so that's one side. There we go. Peel that one off. And then you also have it on the other side. Again, and then you've got your clear disc, which then you can decorate with however you want to do it. And then it just pops on there. What I would probably do is, rather than trying to force that through there, because you might end up breaking this, is actually tie a piece of ribbon with a bow, make a bit of detail, and actually just hang it from there. Because if you try to pop that through there, there's a good chance that this might break off the little hook that's there. So definitely hang that. But what I'll do is, on the other one, I'll put it together from scratch to show you.
So you get small and large.
You get the small and large in the one set. You also get 6 of the baubles, so you get 6 of the large. Not 6 of the large, 3 of the large, 3 of the small, and you can then decorate those.
So the idea is you use battery operated tea lights?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course the baubles will pick up the light from those, which is lovely.
And then if we can get the backing off, we can pop that to the side. There we go. So there's your bauble. And then all we need to do is glue these wherever you want them. These are already been painted just to make it a little bit easier. So you can double layer them all up wherever you want the stars to be. So glue those on. And you can paint them all different colours. You can have them all one colour and have it just like a sort of chromatic type one, or all different colours.
And again, this could go in the window, in the lounge, it could go in the middle of the dining table, on a coffee table.
Absolutely, because you don't have to just paint one side. So if you are going to put it, in the middle of the table, then obviously paint both sides so that you don't have the back showing. But what I've got is I've just grabbed one of my little stencils that we've got. But you could even, if you've got some of the big stencils, say from the Christmas one, you can just use part of it in the design. Let me find my tape. Actually, I'm going to not use tape because sometimes when you're trying to tape it down, if it's on top of something, it makes it more difficult. So we're just going to go, and I'm going to use the paste. Where did I do it with my palette knife? There it is. A little bit of paste on the top, and I'm going to hold it down, and I'm going to move it, which is not ideal. Spread the paste.
We do have a couple of stencil bundles for you as well that we showed you just after 6 o'clock this morning. We've got the Christmas one and the generic one. The Christmas one is one of the best sellers that Leona and her company does, and that's going to have the stag, and it's going to have the fantastic background scene with the trees as well. We'll show you that again in a minute. But
So I'm just going to do the whole thing in the gold paste. Try not to move it. Just got that one little last bit to do, and then scrape off the extra. So because the paste does work on any surface, you can do it straight onto the baubles.
Oh wow.
So there we go. Pop that down there into a bowl of water, just plain water if you want to wash the stencils, and let it dry. Now that one we can heat dry. Just hold it a little bit further away because it is on the plastic. I don't want the plastic to get too hot.
And we put the details up actually of the Christmas stencil bundle. You're going to get 4 stencils and 4 pots of the Glitzcraft glitter spread or paste. You're going to get gold and silver, red and green, so perfect colours for Christmas. That's everything you're going to get there. There it is, for $19.99. That was a really popular item about an hour ago. It is one of the best sellers from Leona. YU3694, and you can use those stencils on these acrylic baubles.
There we go. Pop a little bit of the glue in there. Glue. Pop that into the slot. Now that will take a minute or two to harden up, but you can see, if I just grab that, you can see the bubble. See? Now, if you wanted, you could also reverse it and do it on the other side, because the stencil, because it's not got any writing on it, you can reverse it.
Right.
So wash it, dry it, reverse the stencil so that it actually matches up exactly with this one, and then
And it'll be double-sided.
it can be double-sided. Now, again, I would probably we can maybe fit this one on. There you go. Pop that on there. But I would add a bit of ribbon and a bow so that it's hanging down a little bit more central.
Good idea.
And,
also it'll move more as well
Yeah,
on a ribbon.
yeah.
won't it?
It'll give you that, it'll kind of twist and turn on the ribbon as well.
So-
But there you go.
Beautiful thing. And you get the small and the large, both of them, for £9.99. And you get the acrylic baubles as well,
Yeah.
3 large, 3 small.
3 large, 3 small.
And, of course, the perfect place to put your tea lights in the base.
That's
really
it.
cool. All of that for £9.99, and it's EH3694. EH3694 if you fancy having those to work on through the summer, getting ready for Christmas. And, of course, you can sell what you make if you
Absolutely, absolutely. We've got complete engine policy, so anything that you want to make using our products, you can sell.
Fantastic. Well, Leona's here from Glitzcraft. She's got 2 great shows coming up this afternoon as well at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock with different products to what we've got this morning. But if you want to see more of what Leona's bringing us, you can have a little look at hobbymaker.co.uk. More to come, though. More things we haven't seen yet in a couple of seconds' time. Welcome to our exciting and brand new shopping channel, Hobby Maker, dedicated to crafting. We'll be working with some of the biggest brands in the industry, which means you can look forward to highly skilled crafters, demonstrations, and great products at great prices. We'll be bringing you a mix of papercraft, mixed media, resin, candle making, and so much more from our expert guests. So let's get crafting with Hobby Maker.
Here at Hobby Maker, we want your shopping experience to be as simple as possible. That's why you can buy as many items as you like all day and only pay one postage and packaging fee. It doesn't matter what weight, size, or quantity of your order, or how many times you check out that day, you still will only be charged one P&P. Shopping made simple with Hobby Maker.
Morning everyone, it's nearly 7:30 in the morning. We wake up with Hobby Maker every weekday between 6 and 8, then Sewing Street takes over, and then we come back on at 1 o'clock until 6. And Leona from Glitzcraft is here, hot-footed it for the NEC. She's been there for the last 3 days with a craft show there that was really, really busy.
Yep.
And you came straight to us, which is
I did,
fantastic.
yes. We've got the trailer and everything at the hotel, so yeah. Don't know how we're going to fit everything in when we go home, but we'll worry about that later.
Now, bear in mind, we've looked at an awful lot already. We've done a little bit of Christmas, done a little bit of Halloween. Now, the next thing, I love the idea of this. Family tree. Who isn't into their ancestry or their current family and family members? The family tree here, not only is it a tree with branches and foliage, but it's also got these beautiful picture frames that you can put maybe some new babies or grandparents or mum and dad or brothers, sisters, whatever you want to do into those frames. And you've actually got 2 hearts down the bottom, so they could be you and your partner, and then other members of the family up here in the rectangular and the heart-shaped frames. Really sweet. Now, you've seen where our prices have gone over the last couple of hours or so. They're remarkable, absolutely remarkable prices for MDF, but it doesn't look MDF. When you paint it or you colour it, it could be anything. $6.99 for your own family tree. Imagine, I mean, my mum and dad have just celebrated their diamond anniversary, 60 years. They thought it was 59.
Oh,
They
right.
realised 2 days after it that it was actually the 60th. So it was like, dear Buck House, any chance the Queen could send a card, please? Retrospectively, and she did. They
Did she?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was so nice.
Up to 6 months afterwards, so that was good. So they've got the card from the Queen. But yeah, they were saying to everybody it was the 59th anniversary. But no, it's the 60th. So it could be that you've got a milestone anniversary coming up and you want to present mum and dad, nan and granddad, or whoever with something like this, with special members of the family photographs on it. It'd be absolutely lovely. $6.99 for your own family tree is a bargain. It's PX3614. These prices are amazing.
Thank you.
They really are. And what could be more special than a family tree?
I know, well, that's it. And the good thing is that you can actually get to personalise it yourself. So you can put your own photographs in it. You can make it to your colours, you know, your decor. So if you're making it to give to someone for a gift, and you know that their living room's like pinks and greys or whatever, which is incidentally my living room, you can do whatever you want, you know, paint it up, decorate it however you want. You can have it all one colour. You can make it multiple colours. We've got a sample somewhere that's all kind of very bright pinks and greens and things. I'm not sure where that one is. Oh, there it is. It's behind me.
Ah.
So in the corner there, we've got like pinks
Shall I
and
grab it?
greens
Let
and things.
me grab it. Let me
So-
pick this up and show you. There we go. Look at that. How cool is that? Isn't that lovely?
And that is, I think that's my kids that's in there. Yes, it is.
I mean, think about all those pictures you've got on your phone. I think we've all been guilty of taking pictures on our phone and not really thinking of doing anything with them. Why not print them off? You can do it at the supermarket these days for a few pennies.
Yeah, you can even do it in Boots. I do it in Boots all
All
the
right,
time.
okay.
Yeah, they do it as well. So all I've got, so I've kind of spray painted the base of the tree already, and I've used a kind of gold spray paint. So we've got that done already. And then these are the other bits. Now we've got just acrylic paint that I've got here. So you can use paint pens, you can use acrylic paint, you can use spray paint, whatever you want to use. So just grab that one, paint away. And the good thing with the MDF with acrylic paint is that it dries really, really quickly. So it's it does not take long to paint and do. So even if you have to do 2 coats or whatever, it still does dry really, really quickly with the MDF. So let's just pop that one to the side. And then I've just popped a bit of acrylic paint onto a plastic bag. And I'm using the back packaging piece that actually comes with your set just to paint on. So if you don't, have an area or whatever that you have, then you can just use whatever you've got lying around.
Now remember, a lot of people think you can only buy what we see on screen when it's on screen. Not at all. Everything that's available from all our brilliant brands that we have here at Hobbymaker on the website, hobbymaker.co.uk, all the time. So we've got Art Deco acrylic paints that we launched yesterday with Pauline. That's all on the website if you want to have a little look.
I might have to do that because some of my acrylic paints are running out of some of the colours, so I might need to go and do some shopping
cool.
as well.
We've got metallics, we've got the standard colours, all at great prices.
So obviously if you're going to put pictures in these, then you can paint them all up first and then pop your picture in. If you decide that you want to change the picture, or you think that there's a chance that you might want to change the picture, what I would probably do is actually maybe you can get these teeny tiny little magnets and glue the magnet onto the actual tree, and glue the magnet onto the frame, and that way you can actually remove the frame to change the pictures.
That's a good idea.
Yes, somebody asked me yesterday, how can you change the pictures? And I actually have got at the NEC, I had these teeny, tiny little magnets, and I thought actually you could just glue the magnet on the corresponding sides and then just remove if you want to.
Or you could also, maybe if you've got magnetic sheets, cut a magnetic sheet.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it'd be nice and thin.
And that way. So obviously, paint it up, and then we can, I don't have pictures with me today. I wasn't that organised. So we can just imagine that we've got some pictures in there and pop that on. Now,
I mean, I've seen family trees before, but not with the picture frames on them. That's a nice little twist.
yes. So, and obviously it comes with the flowers that we've got here as well. So you can paint up the flowers to whichever colours you want to. You can keep them in the same kind of colour scheme, or you can go totally different. Now, there we go, that one's on there. I seem to have lost one of the frames for the pictures on the bottom, but at least we've got one I can show you. Don't know where the other one went. It's probably laying in a box somewhere. Reach over and grab that one. So the base comes in 2 pieces. So you've got your 2 pieces here. What I did was I actually glued them together, and what you have to make sure, this is really important, is make sure that the holes on both pieces line up exactly. Because if they don't, when you go to put the base in, it won't fit properly.
Right.
So you have to make sure that that is, if you're in any doubt, put it together before you actually glue anything in place. And then what we'll do is let's do some flowers. So you can just
Trusted
pop these through.
Posca pen.
Yes.
Yep, they're on the website too.
These ones I think this is a Spectrum Noir pen that I've got.
Okay.
But I do have some Poscas as well that I actually do love. So I'm not going to break my nail, so I'm just going to use Poker Tool. Now these are a little bit tricky just to pop out. They are quite tabbed in, but see if you just kind of work your way around pressing them out, then they do all come out nice and easy.
So you've got your 3-dimensional flowers, but you've also then got the kind of carrier sheet they came in.
Yes.
So you're getting kind of 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, so that's it. And if you want to use this for anything else, then you can do.
Yeah.
So pop those out. I won't pop all of them out, but you get the idea. And then you've got your paint pens, your acrylic markers, your alcohol markers, whatever you want to colour with, you can do that. So
Well, I can't think of a nicer gift to give someone. I mean, if you're getting to that point now with your family that you don't know what to get your mum, don't know what to get your dad, you know, people are really tricky to buy for. Give them something like this that's just so meaningful with your pictures, your baby, maybe even the picture of the cat or dog that you've got in your family.
Absolutely.
They'll cherish something like this.
they absolutely will. My best friend, Sharon, is not a crafty person at all. And a couple of Christmases ago, she came to my house and I brought some, it wasn't this one, but it was very similar. Brought one home to her and she sat for about 2 hours painting it.
Yeah.
And decorating it. And she'd put, her father actually sadly passed away. But when she gave it to her mum was just absolutely delighted with it because it had a picture of her father in it,
Right.
had a picture of Sharon's dog in it and the grandkids in it. You know, whatever you want to put in it, you've got that option.
Now, if you are buying some MDF today and you want to colour it, we have popped the Posca paint pens on the screen for you. There's a set of, how many is it? 8 of them. 8 in total for $19.99, and that's paint in a pen basically. So it's no mess, really easy, really simple, but a perfect way to decorate your MDF.
Yeah, the pens are great to use with the MDF. It makes it so much easier.
FKM 328, and they are the colours. You've got blue, yellow, purple, red, green, orange. Yeah, all those colours there for you for $19.99.
There we go. So pop all the colour on here.
I can't believe that lasers can be that accurate. They're so
It's crazy
intricate.
how small the detail that they can do. So once you've got that, obviously you've got your frames all put on. Just decide where you want to pop some of your flowers. See how many we've got. I'm going to pop one there. And just glue them on.
Perfect.
Let's go one there, one there.
And I know, Leona, you've used spray paint, but you don't
I did.
have to, do you?
No, you can use any kind of paint. And obviously, if you are using spray paint, make sure you do it in a well-ventilated area.
Yeah.
We've got a big garage downstairs that we usually use. So let's see, hopefully these won't all slide off. So then that one goes in there, just
Also, of
slots
course,
in.
being a tree, you can hang things from its branches. If you want to use it as like a jewellery organiser as well, put some
Absolutely.
chains over the top of it. Or
And again, this one should pop your picture frame, your picture in it, and then, oops, pop
you
that
could also
on.
hang like little lockets off of it if you wanted to, with pictures of other members of the family.
then-
So
That one just slides in there. And like I said, I seem to have misplaced one of the frames, but there we go. Pop that in, and you can see then the finished one.
fab, isn't it?
So you would have another picture frame to go on that. I just don't know where mine is at the minute. It's in a box somewhere.
So that could be the main hearts at the bottom, could be you and your partner.
Yep.
Or brother and sister.
And then
whatever.
let's go. Now this is a new pen, so it'll take me a minute just to prime that, just to get the paint to come down.
And you get the word family as well, which is what we're going to
Yes,
colour
which is
in
what I'm
now.
going to do now,
Yeah.
if we can get the paint to come down.
So those details are for the pens, $19.99 if you want your Posca pens, FKM 328. If you want the actual family tree, that's only $9.99, and that's a lot for your money. Oh, $6.99, even better, £6.99
No,
for the family tree.
That one just needs a bit more shaking, I think, so let's find one of my other ones. So I use the paint pens a lot, so this one might run out a little bit, but there we go. And I'm doing it in black just to give you that contrast between the frame and the word itself. So, but you could paint, individual letters if you want to, paint them all different colours, add a load of glitter onto it. You can, as I said before, you can paint with the glitter pastes. So if you want to, you can do that.
And don't forget, Leona's got 2 shows with us this afternoon at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock with more new products that we're not even featuring in this show. Now, 20% of the stock of this has gone on the family tree at $6.99. PX3614 will get that for you. But what a lovely project to work on. What a wonderful thing to do for someone. Someone maybe that you don't see as much as you'd like to, maybe someone that lives abroad. Make it for them, send it to them. They'll love it.
That's it, because you can flat pack it for packaging as well. You don't have to, you can glue the pieces together, but leave the stand not attached.
Yeah.
And then just send it in one box, and that way it is going to be nice and flat. Also, if you are going to put it away, you're not going to have it on display all the time. If you put it out for a seasonal thing, then leave the base so that it's not glued together, and that way you can just flat pack it.
But I think most people that receive this as a gift will probably want it out all the time. They'd never want it to be put away.
I would have it all the time, because I've got these all over the office with all the kids' names and everything on it. There we go. Just slide that on wherever you want to position it. There we
Maybe
go.
get a few. If you want maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of them for different members of the family, then feel free. It's only one postage of $3.95. That's for the whole day, remember, from midnight to midnight. Any orders that you make with us at Hobbymaker, you'll only be charged a maximum of $3.95 postage.
Get it straight. There we go.
Now, we've still got one more item that we've not shown you yet that we're going to be featuring, and we're calling it the recipe box, but to be honest with you, it's a box you can put anything in.
It is. It has dividers in it, but you could put anything in it. So we've got a stamp word, so you can have it for stamps, or you can have it as a recipe box. It's completely up to you.
Okay, and it's a really good size. It's very, very strong, very, very durable. This is it, and this is going to be $9.99. Less than £10. It could be a stamp organiser, you could put your dies in it, you could put all sorts in it. But at the end of the day, it's a box that's a really good size. It's got dividers, like Leona said. So if it is for recipes, if it is maybe, it could be a gardening box where you put all your seeds, that sort of thing. It could be anything like that. Now, it's not just the box you're going to get. You do get some extra laser details too, don't you?
Yes, we've got a laser cut sheet, which one of my laser bits has fallen into the box somewhere, so we just need to find where that's gone. But you get a laser cut sheet that has got all different bits and pieces in it. I don't know where it is, it's in there somewhere. So you've got the sheet with all the bits, and these just pop out. So if you just press on the back, you can see they just pop right out. So you've got the little flower there that you can decorate. You've got the pots and pans. You've got the spatulas and things. You've got a little flame. You've got fruit slice, cherries. You've got the blender. You've got the chef's hat. The recipe box to go on it. You've got the mixer, the knives. It's completely up to you what you use. So what I've done is I have already just done a bit of decoupage with some papers that I found online, and I found it. It's right at the bottom. Let's see where it is. Doesn't want to come out now. So there's your little bit and pieces. And you get the dividers with it. So you've got 6 dividers, and then you can label them up if you want. So if you're going to use it for stamps, then obviously you can have like one for florals, you can have one for Christmas, whatever you want to do it.
Interestingly as well, we've been talking about colouring the MDF all morning with spray paints or acrylic paints or whatever, but you've actually used paper to decorate this.
I have, so I haven't painted it at all. What I've done is used just paper, and then I've just used a bit of distress inks around the edges, and you can see from the top of the box I actually haven't quite finished doing that side and that side, but it is just strips of paper glued on and then some distress inks over the top. So
And do you use like a sanding block to get a nice edge?
I wanted it a bit kind of rough and ready,
Okay.
so I actually took the paper, put it on, and my dad was like, "What are you doing? You're messing it up." And I just used the blade of my scissors and actually just scraped the top of it,
Right.
just to mess up the edges, so that you do get that kind of torn edge,
Kind of vintage
distressed
look. Yeah.
kind of look. Yeah. So all I've done is I have not painted at all. I have used just some PVA glue, and I've attached all the little file folders, and I've attached some little pockets and things onto it so that you can put whatever you want into it. And somewhere in here there is actually some recipe cards.
Do you know the size of it
think-
when it's made up?
It'll hold A5.
Okay.
So if you've got A5 stamp sets, it'll hold that.
Perfect.
So I've actually got a couple of little recipes that I've written out as well. That's about all I can bake. I'm not a particularly great baker. I'm a good cook, but not a great baker. So we've got scones, which I do really well, and fudge, which I also do really well.
Now you're talking.
I'm a good fudge maker. So just fill that with whatever you want. So again, if you want to use it for your stamps, then you would, label it with your Christmas, your florals, whatever you want to do. Pop that in, and then all your A5 stamp sets will fit in.
And these prices are just amazing when you consider what you get, the quantity of what you get,
And
of
then-
course what it can be used for too. £9.99. You'll have the fun of making it, decorating it, papering it, painting it, whatever you want to do.
I've also then just done a little bit of decoupage and cut out a design from the front. So again, if you're using it for stamps, then, stamp some images out, colour them in, stick them on the front, and you've got that personalised little box that you can stack 2, 3 on top of each other, so that when you want to find your stamp sets or whatever, they're there. Or dies, you can put the magnetic sheets onto the dividers. It is completely up to you what you use it for. So I've just cut out a little bit of decoupage papers. So you can see there, pick that out, and then just pop that on there. I put a little bit of foam dots on the back, and let's do our little spatulas that are crossed. And again, just a little bit of the paint pens just to colour it in. Now these, you can see these are quite fragile, so just be careful when you are colouring them that you are holding them in the middle so that you don't end up snapping it off, because some of the bits are so fine that you don't want to break it.
So whether you're using paints, whether you're using pens, the Posca pens we had and showed you earlier on, MDF is just such a great material to work with, and it's so affordable but strong.
Yeah, and that's it. You can paint, you can use papers, paints, pens, literally anything that you want to, you can do with it. Where did my little flower go? There it is.
And when it's covered, you never ever know or realise that it's MDF that you've actually got. So
Actually, let's do this one and go for a nice pink just to match in with the papers.
now remember, Leona and Glitzcraft are really well known for not only their MDF but also their glitz pastes, and we'll show you a couple of the starter sets that we brought you earlier this morning that you may or may not have been watching. If you've only just woken up now, you won't have seen them, so we'll remind you of those before the end of Wake Up with Hobby Maker.
There we go, just keep colouring that in.
Is that a paint pen again?
This is a paint pen,
Right.
yep. So another paint pen. They're just, I use them all the time just because they're so easy and they're quick to use. So
We've got that set of 8 in the show for $19.99
Okay.
if you want Posca
And then
paint.
we can grab,
Can I ask you something? How does the laser know where to cut and
So-
how to do, like where you've done the
Yeah.
flower? How does it know?
so
what to cut
we
through?
program it, excuse me, I'll just move back a bit. We program it on a computer and then it's as if you're sending a file to the printer, but each coloured line on the image that we've drawn, so some of them we can, literally it's like click, 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 and you just keep clicking all the way around. The program that we use has got basic shapes, so if you want a circle, it'll do that. You don't have to, click all the way around to make a circle. But if you want it to engrave, we use one colour. If I want it to cut, I use another colour. If I want it to engrave deeper, darker, then I'll use a different colour. And then in the settings of the laser, we can actually program it and say, cut this power at this speed, this power at this speed. But to be honest, it's a lot of playing
Right.
just to get it to where you want it. But it's all designed on computer and then sent just like a print file
clever.
to your computer, to the laser machine. Now the laser machines that we've got are like the size of a table.
Right.
They're not little machines. They are big, massive machines. So I've got a whole laser room. So what I'll do is I'll do a little video the next time when I'm coming in. We can show it and just
That'd be
show
cool.
all the
Love to
different
see
videos
it in action.
So there we go. You've got we didn't do the recipe box bit. Let's do that. Have we got time for that?
Yeah.
Pop this out now. Again, this is another one that is just, because it is quite fine, I'm just going to use the point and you can see just where it's holding in. So
you
just
can use a
gently.
pokey tool or
yeah.
the
and
end
you
of a
can
paintbrush
see
or something like
how,
that.
See, some parts of it are not attached and then other parts you just need to press just gently on a couple bits and that'll pop out. But don't panic. If you do, do it and it does break, if it breaks really badly, let me know and we'll replace it. It's not a problem. If it just needs, if you could put it together and just use a little bit of glue, because usually if it's something, it might just be maybe the R and the E or something break apart, in which case you can just position it and glue it in place and you won't ever notice. But if it is something that does break, we don't want you to have a piece that is, that you can't use. So please contact me. Either via Hobby Maker or you can message me on Facebook or through the website. I definitely don't want anybody to buy something and then break a piece and not be able to use it.
Oh, that's so nice to know, though, isn't it? But
yeah, I would never want anybody to have a piece that, and a major piece of it they can't use because when they pushed it through, it broke.
But I definitely recommend making sure that you're a little bit prepared when you start on the projects. Make sure you've got like something that you can use to kind of poke.
Yeah, a
bits
little
out
pokey
of.
tool is ideal.
Yeah.
And just like we said, just be gentle with it because some parts are very, very thin. Some bits are only a millimetre width, so you don't want to go in with your whole thumb and push it through. So just be a bit careful.
Okay, we've only got a few
we'll
minutes
sort it
left on
out.
the show, and then Sewing Street's here for 5 hours. Then we're back at 1 o'clock this afternoon with Hobby Maker 1 until 6. That's what we do weekdays every single day, Monday through Friday, 6 till 8 in the morning. It's Hobby Maker, and then again 1 until 6 with Sewing Street in the middle. Now, we've got to quickly remind you of the starter kit. The original starter kit, let's remind you of this. I'll move this out of the way so you can see what we're talking about. Now, under £20, and it's going to get you these 4 stencils. So you've got the beautiful gemstones and the word love. You've got the wreath with thank you. You've got the mandala, and you've also got your beautiful floral there as well. Now, with that, you're going to get 4 pots of the glitter paste. So you're going to get these lovely colours. You've got your pink, your green, your lilac, and your pink sand as well. And then you get your tape, which is the masking tape to hold the stencils in place when you're using the paste, and you get your spatula and the cleaning tool as well. The whole thing for £19.99. And this is really what you're most famous for, isn't it?
Yes.
The glitter paste.
That's what we're known for.
And it's basically glitter suspended in glue. So when you actually take the lid off and actually have a little look at this, it may appear a little cloudy or whatever, but when the glue dries, which it doesn't take long for that to happen, the sparkle you get from the glitter is amazing. And if ever this does dry out, if you leave the lid off a little bit, just add half a teaspoon of water and that will reinvigorate it because it's water-based. But the sort of things you can create with it, if I just pick up some of the finished samples here, have I got any cards from the starter kit maybe?
From this one, there you go.
Oh, there, thank you. So here we go, we've got The stencil's being used with just ink, which of course you can use any day of the week, but of course what Leona's known for are the glitter paste, so let's show you those. And that's how sparkly they are when they're dried. Here's another one. So that's, again, that lovely, this is a shaker card with that thank you stencil.
That's the heart stencil. I've actually got it in my paint bag, so you can do it on fabric as well.
Oh, cool.
So you can see that's it on there as well.
See, I was thinking they're gemstones, but they're hearts as well, aren't they? Yeah. Hearts made to look like gemstones. Really cool. So this is a mandala. Just basically, you put it on your spatula, smooth it over the stencil, wash the stencil in warm water, and there you go, you're ready for the next time. But they're lovely, aren't they? Really cool. Are you able to give us a quick demo of the technique again?
Yeah, of course.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a couple of minutes left just to show you how to do it. It's literally like your bread, you're buttering toast. Simple as that. That's basically the best way of describing it to you. So 4 stencils, 4 pots of the glitter paste, and the masking tape, the spatula, and the cleaning tool. The whole lot for $19.99, and there'll be more demonstrations like this to come in the 2 o'clock and the 4 o'clock show this afternoon. But just to give you a little bit of an idea how to actually use the glitter paste, it couldn't be simpler.
So I've got the mandala one here.
Yep.
So pop your stencil down onto your, how long have we got, Dave?
A minute.
Right, well, we'll just do one in the middle. I was going to go artsy and do one on the side and one, but we won't. So just do
Just the technique.
right in the middle.
Yeah.
So pop that on, tape all the way around, and believe it or not, this is the bit that takes the longest. So once you've got that, then it is just a matter of choosing your paste. Let's go the nice dark purple one. Grab your palette knife, and again, I've still got some gold on there from before, but it's all dried in, so it's not a problem. So a little bit of the paste on the back, and then all you're going to do is press and spread.
That's all you have to do.
That's all you have to do.
That's how the glitter
just
paste works.
Spread that over the whole thing. Obviously, if you've got more time than we do, you can do lots of different colours on it. Don't panic about mixing your colours. I do it all the time. I will blend one colour straight into the next one so that you have got that nice little bit of colour change on it. And you can hear it does sound a bit gritty. That is just the glitter scraping across. So over the whole thing, once you've got that, give it a good old scrape, get all that extra paste back into the pot.
And then the reveal.
And then the reveal, nice and quick, and that's it. You can make hundreds and hundreds of cards in just minutes.
There we go.
Lift one up, and
There you go, look.
there we go.
That's how to do it. Leona, see you at 2?
2 o'clock, yes.
2 o'clock this afternoon.
Yep.
I'm back at 1 o'clock this afternoon with a bit of a sale going on with Crafters Companions. That's going to be a busy show, definitely. 3 shows with Crafters Companion, 2 shows with you.
Yep.
Thanks for your company. See you a bit later on. Sewing Street's next.
Here at Hobbymaker, we want your shopping experience to be as simple as possible. That's why you can buy as many items as you like all day and only pay 1 postage and packaging fee. It doesn't matter what weight, size or quantity of your order or how many times you check out that day, you still will only be charged 1 P&P. Shopping made simple with Hobbymaker.
Welcome to our exciting and brand new shopping channel, Hobbymaker, dedicated to crafting. We'll be working with some of the biggest brands in the industry, which means you can look forward to highly skilled crafters, demonstrations and great products at great prices. We'll be bringing you a mix of papercraft, mixed media, resin, candle making and so much more from our expert guests. So let's get crafting with Hobbymaker. Hobbymaker are live from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day on Sky Channel 670, Freesat Channel 807 and Freeview Channel 73. You can also watch on YouTube via some smart TVs, your computer and phone.
Here at Hobbymaker, we love seeing what you've been making, and it's our job to keep you inspired. So how does a £100 credit to your Hobbymaker account sound? Every month, we're going to be giving away a £100 credit to one lucky Hobbymaker's account. And all you have to do to enter is simply send a photo of your craft you makes to studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. We will be picking one winner each month at random, and we'll announce the lucky winner on air in the 5 p.m. show on the last Saturday of every month. So what are you waiting for? Get crafting, get motivated, and get inspired with Hobbymaker.